for joining me. My name is Edshara, and today I am talking my most anticipated reads, basically for the first half of the year. The last book that I have to talk about is released in May. After that, I don't really have any anticipated reads yet. So if that changes, I'll just make another video. Also, a lot of the books that I had to talk about have very long and detailed synopsises over on Goodreads. So I'm just going to be giving you the gist of the book. And I have 8 books to talk about, so let's go ahead and get started. The first book is one that has already come out. It came out on January 2nd, and it is Gunslinger Girl by Lindsay Ely. And it follows a 17-year-old named Serendipity Jones. She is the fastest sharp shooter. There's a lot of S's in that, so I had to speak slowly. And this one takes place in America, where there has been a second civil war. And Serendipity has been offered a life of fame and fortune in a town called Cessation, but she begins to realize that her freedom comes with a price that she may or may not be willing to pay. It is at my local library. I am second in line for this book, so hopefully I will get it soon and I can go ahead and give it a read, and hopefully it lives up to my expectations. And the second book that I'm anticipating is The Bells by Danielle Clayton. This one comes out February 6th, and it will be the first book in the Bells series. And this one follows Camilla Beauregard, and she is a belle. And in this world, bells have the ability to transform people in Orleans who are born gray into beautiful people. And after moving into the palace, Camilla has to make a choice whether she saves herself and her belle sisters, or save the princess and potentially risk her life. And this has been one that's been floating around BookTube for a couple of months now. The cover is gorgeous. I have seen so many people talking about the arcs. Haven't read a Danielle Clayton book before, so I'm really interested in this one, and I hope it lives up to the hype. And the third book on my list is The Serpents Secret. This one comes out February 27th, and it is by Sayantani Dasgupta, and it will be the first book in the Kiranmala and the Kingdom Beyond series. And this one follows Kiranmala, who on her 12th birthday, after her parents go missing, finds out that she is an interdimensional demon slayer and an Indian princess. And this one just sounds like it will be so much fun. It is a middle grade book, so I'm very interested in it, and hopefully it will be as wonderful as its beautiful cover. And next is The Children of Blood and Bone. This one is released on March 6th, and it is by Tomi Adeyemi, and it is book 1 in the Legacy of Orisha series. It follows Zeli Adebola, who is left without her mother after her mother is killed when the king orders that all magi be targeted and killed. Now, they live in a land that has magic, but the king wants to get rid of magic. And so Zeli, who has the opportunity to bring magic back to the land, ends up having to get the help of a rogue princess to restore the magic. And as they work together, they are also on the run from the crown prince, who also wants to eradicate magic. So again, this is another one that has been all over BookTube and Instagram and Twitter, and it's one that I'm really excited for. I hope it is as good as it looks and sounds, because I can't wait to read it. And then next we have Obsidium, and this one comes out March 13th. It is by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and it is the final book in the Illuminae trilogy. And I'm really excited for this one. I read both Illuminae and Gemina last year and really enjoyed them. I did make a resolution not to buy books or to try and read books before I buy them. This one will probably be the one exception, just because I already have Lumine and Gemina. I already love the series and I know I want this book, so this may be the one that I kind of break that resolution for before getting back on track. But I'm not going to tell you too much about it because it's the third book in the series and I don't want to spoil it if you haven't read books 1 or 2. But basically all of the characters, or all of the surviving characters from books 1 and 2 will be in this one. So I can't wait to see how it all ends. And the 6th book on my list is Tyler Johnson Was Here. This one is released on March 20th and it is by J. Coles. And this one follows Marvin Johnson, whose twin brother goes missing after a party and he is later found dead. And then leaked video shows that he was shot and killed by a police officer. So this one is kind of in the same vein as, you know, maybe Dear Martin, which I haven't read yet, and The Hate You Give, but it also seems like it's going to be a little different because I'm assuming if he's found dead, then he was kind of left. So I kind of wonder how that little twist comes into play, if I'm not reading too much into that. So again, this is another one that has a gorgeous cover and I'm really excited about it. So again, fingers crossed that it's good, y'all. And then the 7th book is Dread Nation. This one is released on April 3rd. It is by Justina Ireland. And while the synopsis does not mention the word zombies, that is what I'm calling them. But it says basically the dead derail the war between the states after they rise back up. So laws are made to force Native and African Americans to attend combat school to be able to go out and kill the dead. And so Jane McKean decides that that's not necessarily what she wants to do. She would rather be an attendant. And attendants are trained not only in combat but also in etiquette. And then they get to be able to protect, kind of like a bodyguard situation, those that are well-to-do. And then there ends up being a conspiracy that she finds out about, and so not only does she have to battle the conspiracy, but she also has to fight off the restless dead. So again, another beautiful cover. I should have just said that at the beginning, that all of these have beautiful covers, but this is one that sounds really interesting. It's been a while since I've read a zombie book, so I'm really hoping that this one is good and has a lot of action and that kind of thing, because I'm very, very excited for this one. And the 8th and final book on my list is Song of Blood and Stone. This one is released May 1st, and it is the first book in the Earthsinger Chronicles by L. Penelope. And this one follows Jasminda, who has the gift of Earth Song. And the synopsis didn't really go into too much detail as to what this gift entails, but I do think that healing is part of it. And Jasminda is an outcast in her homeland of Edshara because people fear her gift. And when soldiers come to stay at her home, she encounters a captured and injured spy. At some point, they end up fleeing and working together to save Edshara, as well as uncover the secrets of the Queen Who Sleeps. So this is another one that I'm also very excited about. I've never read anything by L. Penelope. I don't know if she has other books, but the synopsis for this one sounds really, really good. So I'm hopeful that my library will have this one when it becomes available. If not, I need to tell them to buy it so I don't have to buy it. But overall, I am, like I said, for just about every book, very excited for all of these. I can't wait to read some of them, especially the ones that I've kind of been seeing for months now, over and over. And I'm just hoping that all of them live up to my expectations, and for those that have some hype surrounding them, I hope they live up to the hype. But let me know in the comments down below what some of your anticipated reads are for the year. I am always looking for more books to add to my Goodreads want to read shelf. And thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, God bless. Bye.